Taurus, there is an energy moving in your direction right now, a force so powerful that it is rearranging everything around you to create the perfect scenario for what needs to happen. You don't see this energy, but you feel its effects. Small things that start to fall apart, conversations that take unexpected turns, people who appear or disappear from your life without clear explanation, thoughts that invade your mind in the middle of the night. All of this is preliminary waves of the energy that will completely envelop you in the first week of November. What I'm about to reveal isn't a vague prediction. It's an absolute certainty based on energetic patterns that are already manifesting in your reality. In this first week of November, you will experience moments of such intense clarity that it will feel like someone has turned on a blinding light within your consciousness. Your intuition, which you may have ignored or doubted before, will become so loud, so clear, so impossible to deny that you will have no choice but to act on it. And what it tells you will completely change the course of your life. Are you prepared to hear truths about yourself and your life that will completely shatter the illusion of control you thought you had? Taurus, you've always been someone who trusts more in what you see, what you can touch, what is concrete and tangible. Your earthy nature makes you naturally skeptical of things you can't prove or demonstrate. But in the first week of November, you'll have to face something that completely challenges this way of seeing the world. You'll experience a perception so sharp, so precise, so undeniable, that you'll question everything you believed about intuition and inner knowledge. Your intuition will scream so loudly that you'll feel it in your body. I'm not talking about a vague or subtle sensation. I'm talking about shivers running down your spine, a tightness in your stomach that forces you to pay attention, a certainty that takes over every cell of your being. It will be impossible to ignore, impossible to rationalize, impossible to doubt. And when that happens, you'll have seconds, not hours, not days, seconds, to decide whether you'll trust that inner voice or try to suppress it as you may have done so many times before. The powerful energy approaching you carries a specific quality. It will expose everything false in your life, everything you've pretended not to see, everything you've tolerated even knowing you shouldn't, everything you've accepted out of fear of change. In the first week of November, these comfortable illusions will be ripped away from you so suddenly that there will be no time for you to build new defenses. You will be completely exposed to the stark truth about your current life. And your intuition will scream this truth so loudly that your ears will ring with its sound. For Taurus individuals born between April 20th and April 30th, this energy will primarily affect their closest relationships. Their intuition will reveal who is truly on their side and who is merely using them. For those born between May 1st and May 10th, the focus will be on their work and purpose. They will gain devastating insights into how much of their potential they have wasted on situations that don't deserve their dedication. And for those born between May 11th and May 20th, the revelation will be about their own identity. They will discover that they have been living a version of themselves that was built to please others, not to honor who they truly are. But regardless of when you were born, all Taurians will go through the same central experience, the moment when your intuition screams so loudly that you can no longer pretend not to hear it. And this moment will require you to do something that goes against your nature, to act quickly, without having all the information, without being able to plan every detail, based only on an inner certainty that you cannot rationally explain. Do you have the courage to trust something that cannot be measured, weighed, or proven, but that resonates with a truth deeper than any concrete evidence could offer? The reason this specific energy is arriving now, in this first week of November, has to do with how much you've ignored the whispers of your intuition in recent months. The universe always tries to communicate with you in subtle ways first. Small discomforts, strange sensations, coincidences that you try to explain logically. But you, being a Taurus, probably ignored most of these signs. You preferred the safety of the known instead of investigating these unsettling feelings. So the universe is turning up the volume drastically. In the first week of November, there will be no more whispers. There will be screams. Your intuition will explode within you with a force that will compel you to pay attention. And this will happen because you have reached a critical point where continuing to ignore your inner voice would have serious consequences for your future. You are literally at the limit of the time you had to make certain essential changes in your life. The powerful energy that is approaching is not gentle, it is not soft, it will not ask permission. It will invade your consciousness like a giant wave, sweeping away all your carefully constructed certainties and leaving you exposed to the stark truth. And your first reaction will probably be to resist. Your Taurian nature will want to cling to what you know, to what is familiar, to what seems safe. But resistance will only intensify the discomfort. When this energy envelops you, and it will completely envelop you during these 7 days, you will feel as if you are being disassembled and reassembled at the same time. Old beliefs about who you are and what you deserve will disintegrate. Behavioral patterns you've maintained for years will suddenly seem absurd and unsustainable. Relationships that seemed solid will reveal their cracks. And in the midst of all this inner chaos, your intuition will be shouting a clear and specific message about what you need to do. What makes this moment so powerful is that you won't be able to escape into your usual distractions. The energy will surround you in such a way that no matter where you look or what you try to do, you will be confronted with the truths you have been avoiding. It will be like living inside a mirror that reflects not only your outward appearance, but also all the lies you have been telling yourself about being satisfied with your current life. Are you ready to see your true reflection without the filters you have been using to soften the parts you prefer not to face? Taurus, the central message your intuition will be shouting in the first week of November is this. You've been settling for less than you deserve because you're afraid to fight for what you truly want. You've chosen the comfort of familiar mediocrity instead of risking the temporary discomfort that would come with striving for excellence. You've accepted relationships, situations, and experiences that are good enough when your soul is screaming for something extraordinary. And the universe has decided that the time has come to end this self-sabotage disguised as practicality. The energy that will envelop you will make it impossible to continue in this pattern. It will create situations where you will be forced to choose between remaining in the safe routine or taking a leap into the unknown that your intuition is indicating. And when that moment of choice arrives, your intuition will be so strong that any attempt to rationalize or silence it will cause unbearable inner pain. It's as if your deepest self has decided it will no longer accept being ignored, that it will no longer allow you to make decisions based solely on logic and fear disguised as common sense. During these 7 days, your intuitive body will take control, and your rational mind will have to learn to follow instead of leading. For someone who has always trusted their head more than their heart, this reversal will be disconcerting, but it will also be liberating in a way you can't yet imagine. This powerful energy carries with it a sense of urgency that will make your heart race whenever you think about the changes you need to make. It's not an anxious or desperate urgency. It's an excited urgency, as if every cell in your body is vibrating with the anticipation of finally being able to live according to your deepest truth. You will physically feel the difference between when you are aligned with what your intuition is screaming and when you are trying to resist it. When you think or act according to your intuition this week, you will feel an expansion in your chest, a lightness, a feeling of, yes, that's it, that will run through your entire body. When you try to resist or ignore it, you will feel a contraction, a heaviness, a feeling of betraying something sacred within you. Your body will become an infallible indicator of truth, and you will not be able to deceive it with mental justifications or elaborate rationalizations. The most transformative aspect of this experience is that it will reveal abilities you didn't know you had. Taurus, You've always seen yourself as practical, down to earth, and realistic. But in the first week of November, you'll discover you have access to levels of perception that completely transcend physical reality. You'll receive information about people and situations that you couldn't know through your 5 normal senses. You'll have certainties about the future that don't make logical sense, but that you know, with every fiber of your being, are true. And when these abilities manifest, you will no longer be able to see yourself in the same way. You will no longer be able to limit yourself to the identity of a practical person who doesn't believe in these things. You will have to expand your self-perception to include this powerful intuitive dimension that has always been there, but which you have kept suppressed because it didn't fit into your carefully constructed self-image. Are you willing to discover that you are much more complex, much more capable, much more extraordinary than you have allowed yourself to believe until now? During the first week of November, you will experience moments where your intuition will tell you things that directly contradict what you thought you knew about situations or people. And you will have to choose: trust external evidence or trust internal certainty. Trust what you've always believed or trust what you're feeling now. Trust the opinions of others or trust your own perception. These choices will be presented to you repeatedly in different forms during these 7 days. It's as if you are being tested, checked, to see if you are truly ready to operate from a higher level of consciousness. And each time you choose to trust your intuition instead of your conditioned logic, something within you will strengthen. Each act of trust will make your intuitive perception even clearer and more powerful. The energy that is approaching will also bring to the surface memories and patterns from the past that you thought you had overcome. You will see with painful clarity how certain fears and insecurities have controlled your decisions for years, even when you thought you were being rational and sensible. You will realize how you have used the excuse of being practical to avoid risks that you actually needed to take. How you have confused fear of loss with love for stability, and your intuition will scream the truth about each of these patterns. It won't let you hide behind well-crafted justifications. It will expose the difference between genuine prudence and paralyzing fear, between wise patience and cowardly procrastination, between true loyalty and tolerating unacceptable situations for fear of being alone. Can you handle this level of brutal honesty with yourself? Taurus, one of the most powerful revelations coming in the first week of November is about how much power you've wasted trying to control things that can't be controlled, while ignoring the things that are actually within your control. You've been trying to control other people's reactions and choices. You've been trying to control outcomes that depend on multiple factors beyond yourself. But you've failed to control the only thing that truly matters: your own responses and decisions. Your intuition will shout this truth so loudly that you will finally understand. Real power doesn't come from controlling external circumstances. It comes from consciously choosing how you respond to those circumstances. It comes from deciding what you tolerate and what you don't tolerate. It comes from setting your own standards instead of accepting the standards that have been imposed on you. And in the first week of November, you will have multiple opportunities to practice this new kind of power. Powerful energy will create situations that would normally leave you stuck in indecision, analyzing every angle, weighing pros and cons until you miss the opportunity to act. But this time, it will be different. This time, your intuition will cut through all the mental analysis and give you a clear and instantaneous answer. And you will have to decide, will you trust this answer, or will you fall back into the old pattern of overanalysis that has always kept you trapped? People around you may not understand the changes you'll begin making this week. They may question your decisions, especially if they seem impulsive or out of character for you. But you'll know, with a certainty you've never felt before, that you're finally acting in accordance with your deepest truth. And that certainty will give you a strength that will surprise both you and those around you. you'll discover that when you act in alignment with your intuition, even when it doesn't make logical sense, things flow in an almost magical way. Doors open, resources appear, the right people show up at the right time. It's as if the universe is just waiting for you to trust your inner voice so it can support your actions in ways you can't consciously orchestrate. In the first week of November, you will also experience moments of emotional solitude, not because you will be physically alone, but because you will be seeing things that others around you are not seeing. Your perception will be operating at a different frequency, and this may make you feel isolated or misunderstood, but this solitude is temporary and necessary. It is the space you need to hear your own voice without external interference. Use this solitude constructively. Instead of trying to fill the silence with distractions, immerse yourself in it. It is in these moments of quiet that your intuition will be able to convey the most important messages. It is when you are alone with yourself, without the opinions and expectations of others confusing your energy field, that you will have the greatest revelations about who you really are and what you really want from life. The energy that will envelop you during these 7 days also carries a quality of completion. You will clearly feel that certain chapters of your life are closing, that certain versions of yourself are dying to make room for something new. And unlike other times when you may have resisted letting go, this time you will feel a surprising readiness to release. Because your intuition will show you with total clarity that holding on to the old is preventing the arrival of the new. You will have moments this week where you look at situations you used to tolerate or even value and feel a complete disconnect, as if they belong to someone else's life, not yours. This disidentification is a sign that you are evolving beyond these old patterns. Don't fight it. Let it happen naturally. Trust that you are being guided towards something much better than what you are leaving behind. Taurus, the most valuable gift this first week of November will give you isn't answers about what to do. It's powerful questions that will forever change how you live your life. Your intuition won't just tell you, do this, or avoid that. It will ask you questions that will force you to examine your motivations, your fears, your true desires. Questions like, why are you really tolerating this situation? What do you fear losing if you change? Who would you be if you weren't afraid? What would your 80-year-old self wish you had the courage to do now? These questions will resonate within you with an intensity that will make it impossible to ignore them. And the answers that emerge will come from such a deep place within you that you will know they are true. This powerful energy will give you not only clarity about what is wrong in your life, but also about what is right. It will illuminate the aspects of your life that truly nourish you, that deserve to be maintained and expanded. It will show you which relationships are genuine and which are merely habits. It will reveal which activities energize you and which drain you. And it will give you the strength to make the necessary adjustments based on this clarity. During these 7 days, you will also gain insights into specific people in your life. You will see through the masks they wear. You will perceive hidden intentions. You will identify patterns of manipulation that previously went unnoticed. And your intuition will alert you to situations and people who need to be removed from your life for your own well-being. Do not ignore these warnings. They come from a wisdom that is trying to protect and guide you. The first week of November will teach you a crucial lesson, that trusting your intuition is not being impulsive or irresponsible. It is, in fact, the deepest form of responsibility. The responsibility to honor your inner truth instead of living according to external expectations. It is choosing to be true to yourself instead of being convenient for others. And when you begin to operate from that place of inner integrity, something magical happens. You stop attracting situations and people that require you to compromise. You begin to magnetize experiences that honor who you truly are. Your external life begins to reflect your inner truth in ways that will surprise and delight you. Taurus, In the days leading up to this first week of November, you can already begin preparing the ground to receive this powerful energy. Create moments of silence where you can listen to your inner thoughts without interruption. Pay attention to the subtle signals your intuition is already sending. Observe when your body contracts or expands in response to different situations and people. And most importantly, start practicing small acts of trusting your inner voice. When your intuition whispers something, try acting on it, even in small matters. This will strengthen the channel between your consciousness and your inner wisdom, preparing you for when peak energy arrives and your intuition starts shouting. Share in the comments if you felt your intuition getting sharper in the last few days, if you've noticed signs that something important is approaching. Your experiences will help other Tauruses recognize patterns in their own lives. Subscribe to the channel now, because what will happen in this first week of November will trigger changes that will continue to unfold over the next few months. You will need guidance on how to integrate the revelations you will receive, how to act on your intuition even when others question your choices, and how to maintain your integrity amidst external pressures.